Another example, subject of the formula. This is example 4. This is from our CXC past paper. It says, express small t in terms of R and big T. So pause the video and try it. You pause, try it, and you finish. Alright, we see what happens here. What we have is 1 divided by R equals 1 divided by V plus 2 divided by small t. Small t is what they say you really want. Alright? So here, you have different things you can do. You choose the method that you want to use. What we can do is here is subtract V, 1 divided by V. Suppose we do that. We subtract 1 divided by V. What would that? We would have 1 divided by R minus 1 divided by V on the left. On the right hand side, we would have 1 divided by V minus 1 divided by V. Alright? Plus 2 divided by T. So what we have is 1 divided by R minus 1 divided by V equals. Now here, this is gone, you know. 1 divided by V. Subtract itself. So you have 2 divided by T. Now, you have other things you could do at this point. You could multiply by T. Suppose you do that. If you do that now, what you would have is 1 divided by R minus 1 divided by V multiplied by T equals, so here, this T is what you multiply by, equals 2 divided by T multiplied by T. But T cancels T. So what you have is 1 divided by R minus 1 divided by V. And that is multiplied by T equals 2. The next thing you do here is you divide by 1 divided by R minus 1 divided by V. You can divide both sides that way. So you have 1 over R minus 1 over V, T equals 2. You divide by 1 over R minus 1 over V on the left and also on the right, 1 over R minus 1 over V. I said 1 over, but it's really divided by. Here now, you cancel. That goes, and you're left with T alone equals, and you have 2 divided by 1 over R minus 1 over V. Now that is one way of writing it, but let's look at another way how we could do it. Suppose you decided to subtract 1 over V and you reach this point, right? At this point, another way you could do it is this. If you have 1 divided by R minus 1 divided by V and you want to write it as one big fraction, Draw the line, find the LCM. This is RV. R into RV goes V times. V times 1 is V. Minus V into RV goes R times. R times 1 is R. You remember your fractions, right? So here now, this is V minus R divided by RV equals 2 divided by T. It's 2 divided by T. Alright? Then you can multiply by your T here. Or you could invert both sides. That's one way of dealing with things. Suppose we do it that way. In other words, you find the reciprocal. So V minus R divided by RV becomes RV divided by V minus R equals 2 over T becomes T over 2. Then at this point, you multiply by 2. Remember, we're looking at another way of doing it. When you multiply by 2, you have RV over V minus R times 2 equals T over 2, and that times 2, for 2 cancels 2. So what you get here is, remember this here was times 2, rewrite it. It's really 2RV minus V divided by V minus R equals T. Now, how is this and this the same thing? Let's see if we can rewrite this to make it look like this. If we have 1 over R minus 1 over V, the LCM is RV. R into RV goes V times. V times 1 gives you V, minus V into RV goes R times. R times 1 gives you R. So this is really T equals 2 all over V minus R divided by RV. But when you have a number divided by a fraction, it's the same thing as the number multiplied by the reciprocal of the fraction. So this becomes 2RV divided by V minus R. Alright? So 2T equals 2RV divided by V minus R. So you get the same thing. Alright. So there are even other ways that you could do it. Right? Whichever way you tried it, I want you to redo it so that you get 2RV divided by V minus R. Alright? Alright, so that will be it for now.